Welcome back to the channel. This week, we are answering all your questions.
Yes.
Well, not all of them, 10.
10 questions.
10 and 2 bonus ones.
Because in the last weeks, we started our new build. You guys have a lot of questions, and instead of giving you bits and pieces throughout the next months, we're giving it all to you now.
Boom.
Boom.
So we've been compiling the 10 questions you get the most, and we'll be answering them in this video. We'll be talking about cash,
Colors,
electricity, and pee and poo.
We're gonna be talking about the pee and the poo.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, so let's jump right in and give you all the information you want.
Enjoy. Hi, we're Dom and Marie.
Since 2016, we traveled the world by van looking for the perfect road trip, until we decided to buy and convert our own little home on wheels that we named Vanessa.
Every Sunday,
Whoa, wait a second. We sold Vanessa and we're about to build our second home on wheels.
Follow us on this conversion project as we share all the details of our next camper van, tricks, tips, and all sorts of advice.
Buckle up, subscribe, and enjoy the ride on this new episode of Van Life Sagas' new build series.
Starting with question number 10, what will be the final estimated value of your van? Now let's remember there are many ways to do a conversion. This one isn't going to be cheap, but you can clearly do way cheaper version. So that said, let's remember that Vanessa was $42,644, which was 30,000 USD. Now this van is going to be much more expensive because the truck itself was 42,000. That said, here is what we spent so far in this van. Installation, $477. Trimming, interior finish, $3,900. Heating system, $2,100. Plumbing, $1,400. Truck mods, $1,900. Exterior mods, rack and box, $5,000. Electricity, $8,261. We're going to be answering questions regarding that in that video as well. Admin, customs, delivery, $500. And the truck, as I mentioned, $42,000. Now we still need to buy the materials, so wood, glue, screws, paint, counters, name it. And we evaluate that at $2,162. And that doesn't take in consideration the amount of time we'll be spending on the van, and somewhere around 250 hours to 350 hours. So it's not gonna be a cheap build. How do we afford it? You might ask. We're gonna be answering this question in the video as well. Many ways to afford this van.
Question number 9 is a good one, and it's, will you have a shower in your next van? And the answer is yes. But before I show you the shower we're gonna have, let's watch the shower we had in the previous van.
Again?
I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you're so salty? I'll still take a bite.
Okay, we can take my Lambo. I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle?
It's my favorite scene of all time on YouTube. So in the next van, we are gonna have what we call an eco temp, and it's basically an outdoor, portable, tankless water heater. It actually heats on demand the water you need to take a hot shower outside, and I'm gonna show you how it works. You have two knobs, one for the amount of hot water you need, boop, 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 and one for the temperature you want your water at. Boop, 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 boop. The way it works is pretty simple. It is connected to propane and to water. It heats it up and it shoots it out with your exterior shower setup that we're gonna have somewhere around here. So the eco temp, and correct me if I'm wrong, Father, the eco temp is gonna be hung somewhere here, right? Or here, or whatever. Somewhere in the door. And the water setup is gonna go up there to have a, how do you call those?
Shower head.
Shower head. So the shower heads.
Like a dinosaur as well.
So the dinosaur is gonna be right here. Boop. The hot water the heater right here, and we're gonna shower here with all the bathroom stuff, the soap, and the hair soap. So they're shampoo. So the next setup is gonna be an exterior shower, the eco temp warming up the water, and that's it. And we're gonna do slow motion videos when it's done.
Question number 8. What are the main differences between this van and Vanessa? One, as you can see, it is much longer. This van is a 159 extended, much longer van, which will allow us to have a passenger seat, which we have installed, and this van will be able to accommodate a third passenger to sleep. We are also not doing the Webasto under the passenger seat. We're doing the S-bar that is located in the middle of the van for the air to circulate. And let me check my notes here. We are not doing a dinette. We're gonna do a fixed bed and a baby cage, so no dinette. And finally, in terms of design, and you need to talk like this when you're talking about the design, it's gonna be much lighter. It's gonna be like sort of Arctic Norwegian style, just a little less dark. It's gonna be beautiful.
Question number 7. Will you be insuring your van? And the answer is yes. Because insuring your van properly is mandatory where we live, and I'm pretty sure it's mandatory where you live too. Now, there is not only one way to insure your van, because it all depends on who built it, how did you build it, what's the value that's in your van, and what's your long-term goal with the whole truck use. So the way we're gonna do it is we are going to call a broker, and this broker is gonna come to evaluate the overall value of the project. So he's gonna look at all the invoices, how the installations are made, what type of materials that are in the van, how my father worked, etc. And he's gonna come up with a value on a paper, and he's gonna call the shot on what type of insurance we need based on the use we're planning and the overall quality of materials and hours that are in the build. The reason why we have to stay straightforward with the insurance companies is quite simple. If we run into a big accident or if we have a big loss in the van, you want your insurance company to be on your side and to provide with the necessary support. If you don't do that, it's gonna be quite hard to call over insurance after an accident and tell them how much your van was worth if you don't have a contract prior to any kind of accident. So we have 2 articles in the description below that describes how it works in Quebec and in the United States. So you might as well read those and make sure you have all the necessary information before insuring your project. Ta-da! Ta-da!
Next question, and that is a very, very good question. What type of security will you be installing in your van? And today's your lucky day, mate, because we received something and we're gonna be unboxing it with you. Woo, woo. So what we got this time is a Reolink Go, and it's 4G operated. It is wireless, and the way it works, wait, let me open it first. Wait. Oh, it's just a box. Wait. Ooh! Oh, that's sweet. Let me see. Oh, it's nice. It's not too big. So the way this works, and the reason why we chose the Reolink Go, G-O, many reasons. 1, it is wireless. 2, it works with 4G. And 3, the way it works is it's gonna send you an alert on your phone when it senses motion. And then you have 2 options. You can start the alarm. I don't know if that's the sound, but it's gonna start the alarm.
It's a nice alarm.
It's a nice alarm, isn't it? Or 2, you are gonna be able to speak. So get out of my van, you ba-ba-ba, whatever you're gonna say. And I mean, it's really nice. We saw someone who has it in their van, and when they shipped their van to Europe, this worked, and someone entered the van and he got an alert on his phone at night. He woke up, he said something, and the person left the van. So it's gonna be nice just to have a face if someone goes in the van and to be able to ring that alert if someone's trying to steal something. So it's gonna be really cool. Now we have other options to secure the van. We have drawers that are gonna be locked in place with a key, which we had in Vanessa and it worked fine. The paddle boards on top of the van, they have a big lock as well. And you can't really cut them because they're metal pieces in the middle. And am I forgetting anything? Obviously, when we're not in the van, most of the time we're shooting or working abroad, so we often have everything with us. But I mean, it's just if someone tries to break in while we're sleeping or anything, well, we're gonna be kept a little bit more safely.
So question number 5 is, have you finalized the overall design of your van? While the floor plan is already done, we have an idea of how the design is gonna look like color-wise. So compared to Vanessa, which was really contrasted with dark countertops and a dark ceiling, this van is gonna be way lighter. And the reason why we want it lighter is because we already have a 3rd and 4th passenger seat that is black in color. So we wanted to avoid having too much dark stuff going on. So we opted for a Scandinavian light-ish design, Marie-Pierre's mood board one. And this is basically pale flooring. You know, the background of the floor is pale. The countertops are gonna be almost as pale as this, and the ceiling is gonna be a little bit darker than this, but not really. But we're aiming for something that's a bit more pale in colors than the previous van, just because we want to avoid feeling crammed and stuck in the van, because we're gonna spend a lot of time in it.
Question 4, and that is a question we get a lot. Where will you pee and poo in your van?
I plan on pooing right there. That's my poo place.
That's wonderful. In Vanessa, we didn't have a toilet. I used what we call a go girl. I would pee in a bottle, and we would go outside, or most of the time we would be camping near cities, cafes, shops, whatever, and that's where we'd go. Now this time we have upgraded to this. And this is the bucket. No, just kidding. We're not going to be doing this. So this time we are going to have a little porta potty. We're probably going to get it from Tetford. They have small porta potties. We're hesitating between either the 335 or 365, only because they are very small, they are easy to clean, and yeah, we're not quite sure where we're going to be putting it yet. Probably somewhere on this side, because we're going to have like a big storage compartment on this side, but we are going to have a toilet in this one. Dom says he doesn't want to use it. For some reason, the guy likes being outside alone in the woods with his little shovel, but I'm going to be using it, so going to be a nice little upgrade from that Go Girl. Are you going to be using it? You're not going to be able to use it, right? Because you don't like it when I smell your odor.
But I told you my poopy place is right here. Question number 3 is, how do you afford this van? And the answer is rather simple. First, we sold Vanessa. We were lucky enough to find someone that was willing to pay for its value, and we are just taking all the money from the first van, putting it into the second van, and this is a good start for a build. However, we also have partners for this van. So the way we choose partners is quite simple. If they are relevant for the build, and if they offer products that we were going to install anyways, we call the companies, we work up some deals, and we make sure everyone is happy in the end. And third, Marie and I have jobs. So Marie is a community manager, and she also works at Ottawa University, and I am a creative director for an agency, plus I have some other content creation accounts for VanLife Saga. So this is enough money to afford these projects, and remember, this is our job. This is one of our main jobs, content creation and marketing in general. So it's worth it for us to invest that amount of money in a core project like a van.
Question number 2. What will be the first trip that you will be doing after the van is completed? COVID permitting, we might be going to Newfoundland and Labrador out east. We might also be going to the North Shore of Quebec. We might be going back west. We also want to go down south to the United States. We want to go to Utah, Colorado. We want to go to Portland, California. We want to go to Florida, to Texas. And
are you just naming all the places you know in North America?
Alaska as well. But
in Kazakhstan.
That's not in America. But the ultimate goal would be to eventually ship the van to Europe and travel around Europe. That would be the ultimate van. But again, COVID permitting, it will mostly be out west or out east this summer, and take it from there. As soon as those borders open, we'll be going down south or up to Alaska. And when it's possible to ship abroad, I'm out of here.
Question number 1, the question we got the most in the last weeks, is the following. Why in the world would you need a 600 amp hour battery bank in your van? The way we calculate the amount of battery we need is quite simple. We just add the power draw of everything we use in a day with the amount of hours we use them in a day, and it gives us the daily power draw we need to operate in the van. And remember, Marie and I not only have 2 laptops and 2 phones, but we also have a bunch of batteries to recharge every day for cameras, drones, and all sorts of electronic accessories. So when we calculated everything, it was up to 500 and something amp hour daily. So we ended up with 600 amp hour of battery in the van for Vanessa. We also have to take into consideration what happens when we don't have any sun or when we stay stationary for a couple of days, because this is the worst case scenario for us regarding energy, and we can't afford not having electricity in the van because we have to stop operating. 600 amp hour is good for the worst case scenario, electricity wise. And with that, we are good for a couple of days of bad weather if it comes to that.
Now, 2 bonus questions. Bonus question number 1. How are you going to make the babies when there's a baby in the baby cage? That made us laugh, but it's a very good question.
So we developed a technique and here it goes.
T'es dégueulasse.
You have to avoid making the truck move and noise.
My parents are watching. We're not going to put this in the video. Question number 2 is, Dom, how badass is your dad? A lot of people are trying to have a little feeling for the mister over there, and we're going to show you how badass he is.
So that's it for today. Simple, clear
FAQ. If you have any more questions, let us know in the description below. We will be glad to answer all of them.
We answer everything.
Again, we couldn't answer all the questions we had because we received over 500 on Instagram when we did a poll. So we're going to be answering more in the description below. Don't hesitate, and we will try our best to answer, as we are not professionals here. Next week, we are doing the insulation, and we might be doing the ceiling. So next week is going to be a very big week. So stay tuned.
Next week is hardcore.
And thanks for being there. And stay safe, amigos.
Heart emoji.
Heart emoji. Bye.
Poop emoji.
French lesson number 43. Je me frotte au ralenti. I rub myself in slow motion. Je is for I. Me is for myself. And frotte is for rub. This is a reflexive verb. Obviously. O is for in. And ralenti is for slow motion. Now, what's interesting with ralenti is that you can use it the same way you use it in English. C'est arrivé au ralenti. It happened in slow motion. Je suis tombé au ralenti. I fell in slow motion. And je paie mes impôts au ralenti. I pay my taxes in slow motion. However, my favorite expression of all is I rub myself in slow motion.